your drawing will easily blend together, because those strokes are not just strokes, but they are strokes that are having seamless uniform, direction. So those strokes, by the time they cross each other, that's why it's called cross hatching. Welcome to Ecom Creative Hands. My name is Ikomoga and I'm a creative ballpoint pen artist. So today we are going to continue our portrait drawing, realistic portrait drawing we did last week. From here, I couldn't upload the full video because it was really long. So that was why I had to cut down the video short so that I can continue with it. So we are going to continue with the shading. As you can see, shading is more or less having that understanding of values and tones. Okay, when you understand values and tones, it's very easy for you to shade, or it's easier for to shade. Yeah, because you understand where light is coming from, and you understand where light is, the direction of light and all that. If you look at right now, see the way I'm shading, I always start shading from the dark to light. That is how I shade my drawings, and that is a good way to shade, so that you are using biro, you are using with the ballpoint pen medium. So if you make any mistake, it's very difficult to correct it. So that is why it's advisable to start from dark, or from light to dark, right? So that if there are any mistakes, you can cover them up with more shading, right? So yeah, the shading techniques I'm using here is cross hatching. Though sometimes for me, I the type of form I want to create determines the shading style I want to use. So sometimes I end up using almost all the types of shadings that we have. Sometimes I almost exhaust them all in my drawings. So yeah, so this is hashing. What I'm doing now is hashing. I'm using hashing to create little strokes, or uniform strokes. Those strokes, the gap in between them have to be accurate, have to be uniform. That is why um when you shade that with this way, your drawing will easily blend together, because those strokes are not just strokes, but they are strokes that are having seamless uniform, direction. So those strokes, by the time they cross each other, that's why it's called cross hatching. Yeah, so by the time they cross each other, it blends and then creates a form. So yeah, that is how it's done. So this is how I'm shading. I'm trying to make these areas I'm shading now that are very dark. So the eyes, the circle of the eyes, because since it's deep, there's always that light that don't touch that area of our eyes. So that is why that area is always dark. So yeah, we're going to try to see how we depict that here. Yeah. Please take close look at what I'm doing. You understand what I'm saying? And sometimes my shading techniques, as you can see, I don't dwell in one area of my shading. I make sure my shading goes round the work, all the work, and now come back, and that's how I shade. I don't just shade a particular portion and then leave the other. That's how I shade. So yeah, there's a shadow here that is casting. I like this reference because, and sometimes it's good you choose a good reference for your work, right? Yeah, it's good you choose a good reference for your work, because when you choose a good reference for your work, it will help you create, you will not have difficulty, because the values and everything, the lights are well placed and very distinct and very clear, understandable for you to approach. So when you want to start your drawings, Look at all these things, especially your reference, the reference you're using. Pick, as a beginner, pick a simple reference, but yet a comprehensive reference that is okay. So this reference, like the source of light, the way the light falls on the subject is very interesting, and that is what I'm trying to make sure I depict here. Yeah, in your drawing, always try to see how you replicate whatever you have, on the piece of paper, because that is the essence of drawing. Drawing is the act of using line to define the shape of an object. It means, yeah, whatever you see, you try to do that, you copy that. That is a better way to learn. And once you master that, you are good to go. So always start, as I said, always start from light to dark. Oh, that's a shading I'm trying to create here. You see how I'm moving my shading around the work. I love it. I just love it. Okay, it's very good. It's a nice approach. But I don't know. You may develop your own style, the way you shade. But for me, I like shading around my work. Like a stroke that I apply here, I want to see it in other areas. So it creates a seamless flow in my work, that my work are always, they come together, and that is very important. So I'm trying to create a light here. So that is how I normally I start from basic shapes. Yeah, I see shades in shapes. I see shades in shapes. So I try to create a shape. After that, and now the next time I'm coming back to shade that area, and I'm blend, it together. Okay, so after a shape has been formed, and I'm blend it together to create a form. Yeah, this is the area, the ear side of it. There was so much light in this place. I had to depict it. Yeah. In fact, even not for, because we are using a white paper, else I would have left it blank. So, but there's something that most artists, I usually see it. Your subject, no matter how light it is, cannot have the same, except it's the lightest part of it that you can have the same light source, the same light, the strongness of light, will I say the strongness of light to the paper. But else, no matter how the light falls on the skin, it cannot be the same to the background. So we have to shade it a little to create that difference, that variety, okay, between the two components. So I'm going to definitely, I'm going to speed up this video so that those are the things you have to learn. These are the hair. I will create another video to how to shade realistic hair. So I want you to put it down in the comment section below if you want me to create a mini video like that for you guys. So I'm going to maybe next time do a creative video on how to shade a realistic hair. Very important, because some of these things are okay. If you know how to draw the eye, the next time you know how to draw the nose very well, you understand nose, the anatomy of nose, you have a study of it. Then you go to the lip, go to the teeth. If you look at this teeth, the teeth, yeah, is not completely white. It's not completely white. I had to shade it a little, to tone it down a little, because yeah, and it still bounds back to what I'm saying, that the values in human face cannot complement or match the same value on your background. So there have to be a difference, and this difference is what God create value. So I'm adding my values. I'm adding my values in the work now. So look at it closely. I'm now trying to those dark areas. I'm not including them in my drawing. If you look at the reference I'm using up there, you see it. So if you missed the first tutorial for this realistic portrait drawing only using ballpoint pen, click the link up there and follow up before coming back to watch this video. Thank you for watching. Send your comments below. I'll be very willing to be of assistance to you. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Subscribe and expect more content or better content from me. Okay.